got my laces tied. My trusty podcast by my side. If you wanna talk fun, it's the place to be. Yeah, it's the drop, D-R-O-P.
This is Believe in the Run, and I am Thomas Newberger.
Wow, switching it up. I'm Believe in the Run, and this is Robbe.
No, this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
Yeah, this is Carl with Believe in the Run. I'll side with Meg on this.
Yeah, you guys are nuts.
Our brains aren't working.
It's Black Friday.
Yeah.
It's not really, but
Yeah.
when this airs.
Oh, yeah, you're confusing me. Like, I told you my brain's not working.
It's Terrible Tuesday.
You short-circuited me.
Yeah.
I'm so looking forward to a day of eating and, like, checking
It
out.
already happened.
Wasn't that the JFK 50 mile?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm pretty sure I checked out and ate.
Oh.
That's all I did for 10 hours.
You know what I bet you want to talk about right now?
No.
Running tons of miles.
Yeah. Oh, wait, you know what's... Okay, here's the thing. And we didn't even bring this up last week. We're total babies. We are big baby boys.
I feel like I bring this up quite often.
We're like, oh, we're running 50 miles, isn't that? And like, I don't know what you peaked out with last week with your training, like what it was. Meg's running 96 miles this
yeah,
week.
I know.
And the week before that, it was 84. And the week before that, it was 92. And we're like, we get a medal.
She's sitting here doing our weekly mileage in a day.
We're crying about
Mine
it.
anyways.
We're telling everybody how rad and hardcore we are. Meanwhile, a little bunny rabbit over here.
Well, I was actually going to talk about grit because that's when we run all the miles.
Okay, can we get
that's
back to
important.
this then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you naturally win grit every year just because your regular mileage is grit
Right.
miles.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where I'm at in training at that point. But today is, as this airs, Black Friday, which means if you're
Grit miss.
if you're listening to this as soon as it came out at 6 a.m. in 3 hours, 9 a.m. Eastern, grit registration opens.
And this year, it's different.
For people who don't know what grit is, remind everyone.
Okay, so grit is we have 2 monthly mileage challenges where you can pick the mileage that you want to run and challenge yourself to. And it can be as little as 25 and as much as like 300. People go over it, but it's just a personal challenge to yourself. It's just a way for you to get yourself motivated in some of these cold, dark months, or when we do it in the summer, in the hot heat. But this one is a winter grit, and we are making it all about wiping out the winter blues.
Yeah, I guess you should say it's just January. So you pick that month, and then you set a distance goal and run it during the month of January.
Yes.
Because it's the worst month to run in if you're up here.
In a lot of places, really.
Yeah, but I always think of like people who are doing great in Florida. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is actually pretty
Come on,
nice.
people.
Yeah.
But they more than make up for it in
But
July.
typically
Yeah.
the people that like crush the hardest are the people in the hardest.
In like Maine.
Yeah, they're like, I'm just going to run up this mountain
True.
in Maine 100,000 times.
So so registration is open for that.
What do you get?
Yeah, so this year ASICS is our title sponsor. They have been from the beginning. We love them for that. But this year you get an ASICS hoodie. So it's kind of like a pale pink, would you call it?
No, I wouldn't call it that.
What would
It's
you call
more
it?
like desert, like a desert sand.
It's a really
Like
hard
nude?
color to say.
yeah, nude. It's kind of like the Kardashians.
I was going to
it's-
say,
yeah,
it's got a
color.
Kardashian vibe to it for sure.
And we have on the shoulder, kind of in the spot where another brand puts their logo on the back shoulder there. We have the Believe in the Run embroidered in there, but we did it in a way that it's kind of like
Oh, really?
subtle.
Oh, I thought it was on the chest. It's
No,
not anymore?
It's on the back shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we didn't want to have to try to line it up with the ASICS
Okay.
logo, and we couldn't quite match the stitching, so it was like going to be weird.
Okay.
So we decided to put it on the back, and I love it.
So it's like a more relaxed hoodie. I think in the
Boxy.
past, some of the ASICS gear was a little tight. So I think for this.
But if you need to check sizing,
Yeah.
What do you do?
We go to Instagram on our highlights
Or YouTube
stories
Shorts.
or YouTube Shorts. We'll have each of us different
Modeling.
sizes modeling. Yeah. But anyways, so
you get a Helen, you get a Megan,
Yeah.
you get a Robbie.
not with your grit registration.
Do we do a Carl?
Yeah,
We got a Carl, we got a Thomas, all the different sizes. We try them on so you can see it. We do a little spin,
Yeah.
Robbie gives you a taste.
Yeah, but so in addition to the hoodie, you'll also get some stickers in your package that's mailed to you
We didn't even say the hoodie, if you bought retail, is more expensive
than registration.
than the registration.
Yeah.
And what are we doing also this year? How much money have we raised for the Donna Foundation?
So far, we've raised around $73,000.
And that's all through Grit.
Yes.
So the very first Grit, I remember we wrote a check and we did a big check thing, but
$25.
yeah, but we made it. And just to let you know why it's near and dear to our heart, Megan, why do we love the Donna Foundation so much?
Well, we've worked with them for several years, but we were actually introduced through my mom, who met Donna Deegan when she lived down in Florida, and they connected over their breast cancer.
Yeah, your mom's a breast cancer survivor.
Yeah. And so we became friends with them. We ended up doing work for the race because we were excited and passionate about the fundraiser aspect of everything. And then when we kind of went full time and Believe in the Run, we still wanted to support them in a way and give back to the charity.
Sorry, I don't think you said what they did, what their
Yeah.
mission is.
I should read like their official, but
It's basically, if you go, they help fund research to eliminate breast cancer. They also support families going through breast cancer. So say that there are women or men that are having trouble paying their hospital bills, paying their rent, paying their electric bill while they're going through treatment. The Donna Foundation steps up and helps them
pretty cool.
cover those bills and costs. It's really, when you go to the event in Florida, you really see how many lives it touches, because it's not just the person who has cancer, it's their entire family. And I guarantee you know somebody who has gone through this or had been affected by cancer in your life. So for me, and I know for the rest of you, it's just such a good feeling to see that you are doing something and this money is actually going to these people to make a difference.
yeah, so we've always loved supporting them and continue to support them. And our goal this year is to try and reach $100,000. So
If you do the quick math, what is that?
it's like $27,000. So it's not a small chunk of change that we're trying to raise for them. But I think with everyone's support and through Grit.
Here's one of the exciting things about Grit also. We limit it to the amount of people that we can provide the sweatshirts for. So it's basically limited to around 2,000 participants.
2,500, yeah.
2,500 participants. And every week during that time, we do a shoe giveaway and we do other contests basically wrapped into it, where you have a 1 in 2,000 or 2,500 chance of actually winning something.
Yeah.
And the great thing about that is, I mean, that's pretty good odds if you look at regulars. Like things.
Better than any world major.
Yeah. It's easier to get in. It's easier to win something at Grit than to get into London.
By far.
Much
Yeah.
easier.
So, but here's the additional thing. This year we've added a wrinkle.
So we've been trying to figure out how we get back to Donna Marathon weekend, which is the first weekend in February every year. And we thought, why not host the Grit party that we typically host here in Baltimore every year in Jacksonville, Florida during Donna Marathon race weekend?
So we'll probably also participate in the event.
We sure will.
And there's a bar called Surfer
Surfer the Bar.
the Bar. Yeah.
It's stationed right near the finish line of the Donna. So the 5K, the half marathon, the marathon, they all finish in the same spot. And this bar is literally like, I don't know,
At the finish
50
line, pretty
feet
much,
from
yeah.
the finish line. So our whole plan is to have this space for our Grit participants to
Yeah, ASICS is going to deck it
hang
out.
out and watch the marathoners come through. And whether or not you're going to be racing, you can be there all morning or come after your run. And
Like you
it'll
won't
be
even
fun.
need to necessarily be signed up for the Donna Marathon. It's our Grit party. It's our way of saying thank you to you all at the end of Grit.
And the grand prize that we're doing is
Yeah,
pretty
so
crazy.
maybe even more exciting is that one lucky Grit participant is actually going to win a trip down to Donna Marathon weekend with us. So that means
That's Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, that means hotel, airfare, and entry into one of the races of your choice.
And this is how we're wiping out winter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's going to be nice.
Yeah. That's amazing.
yeah.
You know, the last time I ran the Donna Marathon, I did the half marathon. I think you were doing the chasing thing with Ben
With
Johnson.
Ben Johnson, yeah.
And I was
That was a
running
fun
with
day.
Lindsey Hine.
Oh yeah.
That was my half marathon PR to this day.
Oh, you got to go back and
I know.
crush it.
Robbie took like 2 or 3 bathroom breaks and then just fired off as fast as
Yep.
that's that marathon.
2 or 3. There was something else weird that happened that obviously it was like horrible weather.
Did you
to
jump
start.
Did you jump in the
I
ocean?
did jump in the ocean afterwards. Yes, I
All right.
did. So that was pretty cool.
Does Jacksonville feel anything like Miami at the end of January?
No.
Okay, good. 'Cause
It's
I
like-
was going to
it's-
say, count me out.
It's
no, it's
basically
actually
Georgia.
quite nice.
Okay,
it's
cool.
north. It's like it's almost
Georgia.
Yeah.
So
Like-
Jacksonville Beach, I guess technically.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to Jekyll Island, you fly into Jacksonville and drive up to Georgia to get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no, you're gonna love it. It could be like one time when
It's been 40s in the
Yeah,
morning when we've been there.
yeah, when I ran it was like 45.
Okay.
and then it warms up, and then you party.
Yeah.
I like it.
So if we haven't convinced you yet, that's crazy. But you can go to believeintherun.com/grit, and all of the information will be there
Yeah.
on the prizes, the swag, and obviously how to register.
How much is registration?
It starts $65 on day one, usually sells out almost entirely. So like Thomas was saying earlier, we're limited to the number of sweatshirts.
So sizing
And
is important.
sizing,
If you want your size, you got to get in there quick.
Yeah. So those will likely be out day one.
And if you wanted to, because you love what we're trying to do with the Donna Foundation, you can also donate right there to the
Yes.
Donna Foundation. So help us reach that goal of hitting $100,000 to help people battle something that just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
All right.
So you guys kind of mentioned that you went for a little jog on Saturday.
Yeah, but first, can we just, before we get into the ultra, I just want to talk a little bit about Meg's training because it's insane.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Meg will allow it, but Castor, who's her coach, sent a video, and it is the most ridiculous video ever where he says, and you can plug it in right here. He basically says, you did 92 miles this week. We're going to scale it back a little bit, give you a little bit of rest. You're going to do 86 or something like this week.
Yeah, it was very funny because he sends, Andrew Castor is both Thomas and my coach, and every Sunday he gives us training for the week, and it's basically like a written out plan, but then he also sends a video just kind of explaining the purpose and
Hey,
the
Megan.
reasoning and why you're doing these and how to do them, all the workouts kind of thing. And it was very funny because I pulled it up, it was like right after dinner on Sunday, and played it, and he just talks about the mileage like so casually. He's like, and then the next day is easy. It'll be like 12 miles in the morning, 4 miles in the afternoon, just an easy day.
It's
it's
almost a cutback. It's almost like you're taking a break. It's almost a day off.
So it was pretty funny because
Yeah, we were laughing pretty hard. We had some wine, though.
he talks about it just like so nonchalant, like 16-mile day, easy.
Yeah, just plug that video in right here.
Hi, Megan. Good evening. I hope you're having a good weekend. And tomorrow, rest day after your 20-miler today. I know you like the high mileage, but I really think that you need a rest day every 2 weeks. So if you take this week, Tuesday through Sunday, and then next Monday, that should equal about 94 to 98 miles. So this is another big week, all right? So Monday, rest day, Tuesday, 8 miles with some strides in the morning, and then 4 to 5 miles in the afternoon. So I'm giving you a little bit of latitude on the shakeout runs in the afternoon. Wednesday is a VO2 max workout. So it's
That's insane.
Yeah.
So
So,
how has it been going? Because how far away are you from your
month.
race day?
A month, yeah.
A month. What's the official?
21st.
Oh,
of
okay.
December.
Right before Christmas.
Yeah. So the marathon project is what I'm training for right now. And I do feel like the past couple weeks have been good. Like I feel like I'm getting fitter. It's just, it was hard because of all the travel. And then when we did have downtime, I got sick and
All right.
like struggled through all these things. And so I feel like I'm finally on the up and up, and I'm like, is it too late? Like, I'm only a month out. Like, am I not going to get to the fitness that I wanted? I'm not sure, but I'm just following his plan to a T as best I can. And yeah, running hard and a lot.
I think you can do it. I think the extra stress that you've had is actually going to be part of your training. And so maybe it doesn't come through in performance or energy,
Yeah.
but when you do, like as you get back to normal, that's going to be like, it's going to be part of your strength training.
Yeah. I just keep telling myself, like, there was one day where I wasn't even close to the paces that he prescribed. I was just like, it's effort today. Like, it's all an effort. It counts. And so I just keep convincing myself that if I just keep showing up and keep attempting these workouts, that it'll all come together somehow.
Yeah.
That's what I keep telling myself.
I think that's true.
All right, before we get into the 50 miler, Carl, how's your training going? You doing anything special?
Oh yeah, dude, knocking out those nice 15-mile weeks.
I mean,
Dude, you're base building.
yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm keeping my aerobic system just barely functioning.
I will say, since you guys are going to be talking about Hoka, they actually, I guess now are the sponsor of the marathon
saw that.
project.
Oh, they are?
Oh,
I got a pair of Rocket X3s in the mail the other day. They sent all the participants a pair of
wow.
race day shoes, and then Hoka's also
that's
adding
cool.
on for participants, specifically in the pro field. I don't think in the Gold Wave, which is what I'm in. They're offering, it's like for 10 or 20 men and women to like join this program where basically they get shoes, a kit. I think they're going to pay for airfare, and then there's like extra bonuses built in. So the Marathon Project has like $25,000 of prize money, but then Hoka I think is adding like an additional if you join this program. Basically, wear Hoka, you can get another.
Wow.
Speaking of Hoka, what shoe did you wear this morning for your 800s?
The CLO X1 2.0.
Nice.
What are your thoughts?
It's so underrated.
That's what I said.
think it's great.
that's what Robbie's been saying.
The rocker is like super extreme, but it's really nice when like you just get your legs turning over. They just seem to keep staying at that pace. Like, and it's light, and it's like the foam is really nice.
It was in
Yeah.
our weird category of shoes that didn't make the best of, but
Yeah.
should have made the best of, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was like, it doesn't quite fit into any category. So it's like, this
Well,
is a
race day.
Yeah, but it's like,
Yeah, but you know, it's
but it's
think
not
that-
really like race day, I feel like.
It is.
I mean,
though.
it's as much race day as the SC Elite.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I just think that what it is I still think there's a perception of Hoka where they get you to the start line, but they may not be what's on your feet.
I do
at
not
the
think
start
about
line.
Hoka when I think about fast race shoes.
What is in your head when you think
Nike.
Like if you go to your rack and you're like, okay, I got to pick out a race station.
That was me this morning. Only, are we allowed to talk about the Saucony Endorphin Pro 5?
Yeah, why not?
So one of my workouts, this was probably the hardest workout I've ever done in my life, actually, was an 18-mile workout, but it was prescribed on the treadmill.
So she's doing this while we're doing the 50 miler. By the
Yeah,
way.
so the morning you guys are out, you know,
In the
having a good
woods.
time. I have Iliad Kipchoge.
Wait, having a good time.
Yeah. I've got Iliad Kipchoge up on my TV screen watching Breaking 2, and I have this 18-mile workout. 90 minutes is supposed to be at like 6:20-ish pace. So the Saucony Endorphin Pro 5 had just arrived, and I was like, why not put on a new race shoe? That'll be fun for this treadmill workout. That was not smart. I think I was just sweating so much more than I was used to through these winter months. And so anyway, the back of my heel basically rubbed off from this shoe. And
It's still in the shoe.
and
Said
so
CSI investigators.
Yeah.
and so I've been
dream.
like choosing my shoes now based on what doesn't
Do you
totally hurt the back of my heel.
Do you realize if anything happened to Meg, like they would think that there's like blood samples all over our house?
Yeah, you're screwed.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
you're
but
safe
anyway,
for now.
I don't even remember where I was going
Well,
with that.
if you want to clone Meg, just break into their
Yeah.
house.
There's
Yeah.
hair everywhere.
Dude, I want to clone Meg.
I would also like to clone me. And
You could have one that trains.
yeah, she can do all the
One that
other
makes
stuff.
lunch?
Yeah.
Do you think it's weird at all that Tom Brady cloned his own dog?
Yes.
Like that's
Do you not think that Tom Brady is a clone?
there's definitely a cloned human somewhere around, right?
Dude, it's Tom Brady. Think about that. There's like him and his clone dog are probably living together. Giselle
Yeah.
Bundchen is like, that's why I'm
Oh,
leaving
you
this
think there's
guy.
like
I
a house
don't-
on his property with just the
Yeah.
other Tom and the other dog?
Yeah.
That's so creepy.
Is that a pet? Is if you have a clone of yourself, is that a pet or a friend?
A clone of yourself?
Yeah. That's like, are you? There's a lot of moral ethics.
Yeah, I'm
there.
trying to think because that's like a twin, right?
Yeah. I think that's a friend. I think you have to treat him like a friend.
Yeah.
I like the multiplicity. I think with who was the guy who played Beetlejuice? Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
It's an old movie where he duplicates himself,
Yeah,
but every
yeah.
time he duplicates himself, it's like a worse copy.
Which is really what would happen in real life, probably.
It's kind of like AI.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, where were we
Sorry.
going?
I don't even remember what I
You're talking about your
started-
heel being scabbed
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
on the
but why
back
was
of
I
his-
telling that story? I don't even remember.
About cloning.
Well, you said you've been-
Saucony Endorphin Pro 5.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you've been
Race day shoes.
Yeah, you've been choosing your shoes based on.
That's it, based
What?
on what doesn't hurt
Don't
my
hurt your foot,
heel.
yeah.
So that was partially why I chose the Hoka this morning, because the padding and it actually just doesn't hit your heel
Nice.
where it rubs. But I was very happy with it.
Cool.
All right. Let's transition now to the JFK 50-mile report.
Bro.
This episode is sponsored by LMNT. I'm sure you've heard us talk about them if you've listened to this podcast at all. They've been a sponsor all year long.
Yep. And we are now addicted to salt.
Yeah, they saved us through the summer months, and now they're keeping us hydrated through the winter months.
Yep. I like the hot ones.
They do have hot versions. They've got tons of flavors. I think our favorite is still lemonade salt.
It's still my favorite. And in the cans, the tall boys, the skinny boys, I like those, the lemon. But Robbie's got me on that mango chili.
Sometimes it just hits right.
That's not what I'm talking about with the hot ones. The hot ones I'm talking about, like the chocolate.
chai.
You should
Yeah.
take one in a thermos when we do JFK.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I am going to have like basically a large backpack full of stuff.
It's like Santa came early.
Yeah. You guys want some element? I'll hook you up.
So if you guys want to get some Element, you can go to drinkelement.com/thedrop and get a free 8-count Element sample pack with any purchase.
Stay salty. All right, first check-in. You know, it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to, have a bad run and let it influence your entire outlook on running. But you have to just take it day by day and just, figure it out and try again every time. It's going to be a new experience. All right, for starters, we did get kind of hooked up by Hoka. When I say kind of, we got really hooked up, and our team did as well. So for like 8 or 9 of our athletes, Hoka sent us 4 pairs of shoes. Robbie's wearing one of the casual slippers now.
Yeah, I mean, the recovery, the Aura, it's like Aura XT or something, EXT. It's like they're...
You know what you're losing when you wear those, though?
What?
Your aura.
Yeah.
Those
Dude,
are pretty
I lost
sweet, man.
$1 to my
You're
kid-
getting 'em.
I lost $1 to my kids the other day because I was saying Aura, like AURA, which I feel like you can pronounce it that way.
Yeah,
and they were like,
Aura.
no, it's Aura. I was like, I bet you $1.
You're also from Maryland.
That
The
it's
kids are
aura.
from Maryland.
Wait,
Wait,
like
ocean?
aura? Like
No,
a
like your
ring?
aura.
Or a ring.
Like your-
Yeah.
like your Aura?
Is it different than the ring?
No, they're doing a play on it in the ring. They're spelling it different.
I pronounce this aura.
Yeah, but that is spelled
It's
O-U-R-A.
AU, yeah, AURA is the
Your-
correct
Your
spelling.
vibe is with an A.
I still think I would say aura too.
I do. I think you have an aura.
Yeah,
Aura,
that's
yeah.
and I was like, I think the right way to say it though is aura. Everyone else is just lazy about it. It says aura. And so I was like, watch this. So I did the Google voice thing. I was like, I'll bet you guys $1 that it's the way I say it. And I was wrong. So now it's $1.
All right. So to continue, though, Hoka really hooked us up with gear, jackets, everything for our team. We went out there with the Faster Bastards, and everybody was thrilled with their kit that they got. And Robbie and I both wore Hoka for the entire 50 miles. We'll get into like how we switched it up, but yeah, it was something.
Yeah, so we left here to go to bid pickup on Friday afternoon, which is like in a hotel conference room or whatever, pretty low key.
Dude, what was that? A Hilton or a Holiday Inn? What was it?
Like
I hope it was a Holiday Inn.
no, it was like one of those new weird ones that have like home or something.
Home
Suites
to stay or something?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so that was like pretty easy. I love trail races too because it's none of the BS that you have at the major races or stuff. They're like, I picked up Matt Kacharski's bib just by going in and saying, "Yeah, I need Matt Kaczarski's bib." there was no like
Yeah, dude,
checking
here
of
you go.
things.
No ID, no QR code.
Yeah, which is great. And so that was pretty straightforward. Then we just kind of went back to the house we were staying in.
Yeah, we had a cool Airbnb that was like right on this like little river or something. I don't even know, but it was an old house, 18 something.
1823.
It looked very cute.
Yeah, it was very charming. I did the morning I left. I almost got attacked by a bat though. That was like just hanging
In
out
the house?
No, when I was leaving, and it was a big one too. I was like, at first I heard the flapping, and I was like, oh, no big worries. And then I got really freaked out because it was.
Yeah.
was
Dude,
like-
bats are cute.
not this one. I mean, it was late. And
Yeah.
it was big black thing coming at me. I was like, get in the car.
Man, I hope they have like a video surveillance camera on that.
They did. I think they do. But
We should get that.
I was too tired to get fully excited about
Dude,
it.
one time I was at this party like, at our band house, and there's this girl that I was into, and she was there, and we're all drinking, having a good time, and a bat got in the house, and she just is on the wall, and she just walks over to it and grabs it by both wings, and is like walking out of the house as it's like trying to bite her and stuff, and then just tosses it out the door. And I was like, dude, that's
Was her name Kelly Osbourne?
no, but she was like biting bottle caps off too.
Oh,
And
jeez.
this is the chick you were into?
She was pretty cool.
I mean, she
I mean,
sounds insane.
Yeah, that one's definitely you need a prenup on that one.
I can appreciate a good.
Yeah.
You need a prenup on that one.
Anyways, that was one of the coolest, craziest things I've ever seen in my life. But anyways, so bats, yeah, house.
So we're at
old
the house. The house is cool.
Did you use the fireplaces?
We did. We used 2 of them.
Yeah, they had like gas, whatever. But it was still
Did you
cool.
sleep outside?
I didn't. There's enough beds, so it all worked out. No ghosts either, as far as I know. There might have been.
Yeah, there might have been.
But we got dinner at this like Italian restaurant, small place, small town vibes kind of
Gnocchi or
place.
something. What was it called?
Dolce.
Dolce Europe.
That Dolce gave me some deuces the next day. I'll say that
Ooh.
much.
Well, you did go. You went hard. You got like a
It was a chicken parm sub.
sub. Yeah.
I figured if I'm doing carbs, I got the bread, I got the
I was
cheese.
like, okay, everything after that is not carbs.
Yeah.
Cheese and sauce is carbs.
And chickens.
No, not
no,
really.
cheese is fat.
Yeah.
Sauce is
Sauce.
acid.
Sauce. How's sauce not
Sauce,
have carbs?
sauce counts. We'll count
French fries?
Sure, but more fat.
Yeah, but
More
you see,
fat.
that's when Feathers tells me, like, I'll be like, hey, is this, should I eat this? And she'll be like, that does have carbs, but it also has a lot of fat, which isn't good.
whatever.
But you're running 50 miles. You're not, yeah, whatever.
I was eating a ton of bagels and crazy stuff that whole day, though.
What is crazy
bagels,
stuff?
Bagels, bananas, Nerds gummy clusters,
Tons of Nerds gummy
Dot
clusters.
cinnamon
Okay,
sticks,
so you
cinnamon
were
pretzel
doing fine.
sticks.
I was,
Yeah.
I had the Nerd gummy clusters. That was a good carb load. And I think I had pretzels or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a whole bag of pretzels.
I had a whole bag of pretzels.
So we were carbing up.
Yeah.
Drinking my elements that day. A couple. That
Oh, I got
day.
orange juice, which is a carb.
Yeah. Oh, root beer. I got root beer
Okay.
at dinner. That's a carb,
There's sugar in it.
You
right?
got that at dinner?
Yeah.
Chicken parm and a root beer.
Okay.
That is crazy.
By the way, I have to say,
They didn't have alcohol there.
our dinner check, I'm not used to having dinner without alcohol. And we had 4 grown men. They made us fresh bread knots to start. 2 guys had ziti ziti trays or whatever. I don't know what you call it.
Salads,
Salad.
more garlic bread.
Yeah, more garlic bread. Robbie had the chicken parm sub, French fries, root beer. I had a mini cheese pizza.
Oh, and they bring out those little donuts at the end.
Yeah, beignets.
Oh, okay.
All of that. How much do you think we spent for all of this?
I
food?
already know, so.
Okay. It was with tip, $75.
It's pretty amazing.
That's pretty solid.
It was.
That's scary.
It was a
I
good
mean,
deal.
we could live like kings out there.
I know. Anyways, all right. Let's just skip.
All right.
Let's just skip the rest
I
of the
didn't
morning.
sleep well that night.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't. I had nightmares and just didn't sleep
Dude, maybe
well.
the house was haunted.
Yeah, it was just haunted with something.
Ghosts of Ultra Runners past.
So bank robbers. Anyway, so I get up in the morning and I hear Matt Kaczarski down in the kitchen. I go down there and I'm like, dude, I don't think I'm gonna run. I said, I have no desire.
What the heck?
No way. There's no way.
Yeah.
Did you know that this happened?
I did after the race.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I have no motivation. I don't care. I said, I just, the idea of running 50 miles right now, I said, I've been suffering. I know I've come through pain. I don't have any desire to feel pain today. And I don't care. There's not a medal. There's not anything.
There is a medal.
I know, but I'm saying I don't care about it.
Okay.
And
Did he give you a motivational speech?
Yeah. Not motivation. He said, just go to the start. Start the race. Just see how it goes.
I like that.
Best advice.
That is
Yeah.
good advice.
Just show up.
Oh, it sucks because it worked.
Which is what I told you before too. I said just start the race. If you need to drop out, drop out.
Yeah. And I will tell you, so Robbe and I knew, thank God we knew that it starts uphill. Mm-hmm. So is there anything you want to talk about, like in the dark, that we're starting in the dark? Or
Did you guys know there was a live feed going on?
I did want to talk about. All right. So first off, the weather was great. It was supposed to rain. It was supposed to rain, but it moved south of us, so it was wet. But 48 degrees. The range was like 48 to 54 for the whole day.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's
perfect.
unbelievable for November. And so absolutely no issues there. Start, you gotta walk little ways to start, but it's not terrible. And then there was like a pretty long line for the porta potties.
Fog.
And dude, somebody went in the urinal.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
this is crazy.
In the porta potty that I was in, like somebody like deuced in the urinal.
Why?
That's awesome.
I'm thinking of someone who doesn't know how porta potties work and maybe thought that was the tunnel down to the thing.
Like maybe they were from another country or something or didn't know. Like,
I feel like you could figure that one out.
But
pretty
But here's the
easy.
other thing. How do you even get your butt up there?
Yeah, no, it's elevated.
because you had to
around
be
in a port.
standing up to do it.
Was there like a 7'5" guy there?
There was a really tall dude.
Maybe that was him. Yeah.
Maybe he's like, I can't. Maybe,
But I was like, were you sharing it with somebody else or like what was the thing? Like,
or
why
were
would
you just like, I want to freak people out.
Probably.
Watch this.
Dude, there's some sickos out there.
Yeah.
But anyways, so that so I lost you guys because I went to the bathroom.
Yeah. So we lose Robbe.
This checks.
Classic.
Yeah. And I'm not worried about it because I'm like, that kid's got it. He knows what to do.
And we weren't really planning on running together to even begin with. So I was gonna run with Herms to start out. It's Alex Hermanson, and so I did text him, and then found him like a minute before the
Where
race.
were you guys? Because because we were towards the back.
Yeah, so we were like halfway, maybe.
Okay.
Like maybe
So you're
not
in front of
quite.
us.
Yeah.
How many people run this?
2,000.
No, 1,200.
1,200?
1,300. I think.
1,300?
Yeah.
So did it feel like, was
me.
the start line like packed?
I thought it was 2,000. Are you sure?
Oh, look right here.
Based on Justin Hall's photos,
1,200 registered. 1,200 registered.
How many finishers?
I actually can't. I was trying to find that, and you can't really tell. From
How many people run hat?
Oh, that's like 200, 300.
Okay. I'm just trying to think about the start line, like the chaos of it or not.
So
Because,
hat is different because it's kind of like,
Yeah, why?
that's like Braveheart.
yeah,
where you're
I
running
love the
across
start
field.
of that.
It
But
is
this
awesome.
one was in a tight street. So it actually was like pretty compact.
two lane street, and then it's first 2 miles are on road, 2.5 miles.
And
I watched the start.
yeah, it's
Oh,
uphill. And like we were ready for that because we saw it.
I will say I was surprised at how much easier the uphill felt. Obviously, you're in a group running; it's a start.
It was group running, but I also think mentally, I don't think if you didn't know,
Yeah, that would.
I
be,
think that we were like, this is going to be hard. So it didn't feel as hard because you're like, okay,
Yeah,
I can
and
manage this.
like I took walk breaks. I'm assuming you
Yeah.
did as well.
Yeah, there
so-
were some pretty steep grades at certain points.
Mm-hmm.
But I just remember so what was awesome about my group, so I started with Lynn and Doug from Mount to Coast, Drew Slate, who's been to several of our grip parties and also has started running with the Fast Bastards on like Saturdays and stuff like that. And this girl walks up to me, Kelsey, and she goes, "Are you Thomas from Believe in the Run?" I said, "Yeah." And she's like, "A big fan of the podcast." I said, "Oh, great." I said, she goes, "It's my first 50. It's my first ultra." And I'm
Ultra?
like,
Oh, wow.
I said, "You went straight for
seriously.
Skipped 50K.
yeah, skipped the 50K and just went straight for it." I said, "That's pretty bold." And I was like, "Well, if you want to run with us, you're welcome to run with us." And I'm thinking, she'll run a little bit and then fade off or something,
Right.
just because, like, it's like she doesn't know us and whatever. Kelsey stayed with us the entire race and ended up finishing with Drew.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Like the whole time. I learned her whole life story. I know her, from where she works, everything. Like, you know how you do on a long run like this.
Right.
But she was so much fun because, like, we were, like, doing stuff when we were talking to keep ourselves occupied. Like, Doug knows a lot of rap lyrics. So he's, like, rapping, and I'm singing songs back and forth, and we're kind of, like,
You
rapping.
guys were singing?
Yeah, well, rapping.
Yeah.
Well, wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And there was some singing. But then we started talking about, she had never seen Lord of the Rings. We started talking about Lord of the Rings because we were trying to pick, like, who would be who, and Lynn was Gimli.
Nice.
But Lynn can't grow a beard, which is the funny part. Yeah. So we were, like, just having fun. She stayed in the mix and had fun with us all the
That's
whole
cool.
time. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so, okay, so it was really foggy that day. Like, you couldn't see anything. But we got to the trail section where Thomas and I, like, ran the week before.
No.
What?
It was a completely
sorry.
different trail.
Hiked the week before.
But also totally different.
Totally different. Like,
So you didn't actually hike the trail?
Well, there's a couple.
when we, this time around, for
Like-
the race?
Like, no, like what you did as the preview run wasn't actually part of the race?
Correct. Part of it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But I told you that.
A large part. Yeah, but I didn't realize, like, when we ran it, it felt so much different. And people
2 miles of the trail.
Yeah,
were
people
road.
kept saying, you guys made it sound so horrible. I'm like, it was.
Yeah, you're welcome, by the way,
Yeah.
because now was way easier than you had thought.
Now, I stuck to my guns, and even though some people think poles are a sign of weakness, I went to the trails with poles because my ankle was still
That's fair.
wonky from the week before. And I have to say that the poles did save my life like 4 times, like where,
From falling?
yeah, I would have fallen. I would have like had the full weight of my ankle turn,
Yeah.
where I could like adjust it with the poles. So I was really happy I brought the poles.
All right, that's good. Yeah. Well, and I have to say though that because of the rain and probably when we went, it was like freshly fallen leaves, so it's all fluffy leaves covering the whole.
You couldn't
damn
see the
thing.
rocks.
So this time around, it was the rain had tamped it down. Then the 500 runners before us had mashed the leaves to where it was basically flat ground at that point.
Nice.
It was so much easier.
Oh, it was no issues whatsoever. I was wearing the Hoka Mafate Speed 4 Lite, which is my really one of my favorite trail shoes of all time. It's the Satisfy version, which is a little bit different. It has those wire type laces and it's like a quick lace system instead of the standard laces.
And they have the standard laces in the regular one.
Right. And so, but I love that shoe fits me like a glove. Like the upper fits so well. And I did tape my ankles, or at least my right ankle anyways,
I taped both of mine.
which helped. And it was, so the outsole is really sticky on the rocks, no slippage whatsoever.
Did you wear the tape the whole race? Mm-hmm. Oh, I stopped and cut mine off.
No, because I didn't change my socks or anything. Or I didn't change my shoes till 38.
I
which
kept the
was a
socks on.
mistake.
I just cut the tape and put it. Because like I thought Justin was
Oh,
going to be at the every aid station. Mm-hmm. But we'll get into that. Go ahead.
Okay, and then so, like I said, I was running with Alex and really enjoying the trails. Took it easy. So there was a 2-mile section of road that Thomas and I did not run on our training run.
Instead of 2 miles of road, which go by, there were still some steep parts on that you had to hike. But for the most part, it's smooth. You didn't have to worry about your feet.
Yeah.
And it really made the trail section a lot faster. Like when we were on the trail, the area in which it took out for us was one of the rockiest sections. So it was wonderful. I wore the Hoka Rocket X Trail, and I have to say, like, if they just took off the lugs and put smooth rubber on this would be my favorite Hoka race shoe. It just was that. It feels that great.
Yeah.
The foam is like perfect, and for me on the trails, this just was perfect.
Yeah. It was really nice. I was getting into a group. The only problem was that I didn't want to start too far forward because obviously I'm not trying to go hard up the hill, but then where we were at was still a little too far back where getting onto the trails was a log jam of walking. So like the downhills that normally I love to run and just start feeling a flow,
You're
it's
not.
complete walking.
That's
It was
frustrating.
So-
really frustrating.
When we made it to the top and the guy was there that looked like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You're at the highest point." And you start going down. That was the area that got frustrating because it became like a single file line.
For a long time.
Yeah. And you're like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
like this is where you could get some
And
speed."
eventually there was opened up a little bit where you could pass people and it wasn't like too close quarters or whatever. So I did pass a pretty fair amount of people, just because I love running downhill, and it was not like a steep downhill. It was just like a nice grade. And then, I ran into some people who had listened to the podcast, and she was like, "This is so much better than what you told me." I was like, "Yes." And then, so then when we got to Weaverton Cliffs, which is the final section where you go down like 500 feet to the road.
This was annoying. First off, there was a girl in a stretcher
Yeah.
that
Oh,
like they
geez.
said you could hear her ankle snap when she was coming down that. And this section is it's steep, it's treacherous, it's narrow, and there's like basically cliff on the side.
That was another part that I felt like I could at least like run, not hard, but run. And I was like so annoyed because you can't pass anyone on that.
No.
So that's like you have to go the whole way down. It's
Yeah.
fine. But
so they
this-
put her off on the side in like a stretcher, and she just had to wait there because there's so many runners
yeah.
going by.
And
How
there
did
was
how did medical get there?
They had medical, like at certain points where it was dangerous on the course, they stationed.
Okay.
but to get her down, you're talking like 2 hours. Like
Yeah.
you got to walk 6 people holding a
Yeah.
stretcher walking
on
down
treacherous, like on the stuff that's hard for us to run.
Yeah.
even walk on really.
Yeah.
And so Matt said that you were there when he told the story, right? So he wasn't wearing his glasses,
Yeah.
And-
the best.
and he's kind of like Thomas.
Oh Lord.
So this woman, he heard the person snap their ankle, I guess, ahead of him, like
Yeah.
when he was maybe on the top switchback and they were on the bottom. And so he saw this person like crouched down to the side of the trail.
He thought it was a photographer.
Well, yeah. So he's running up to them and like giving like a spreading his arms out,
Like doing the peace
like
sign.
doing the peace sign, and he realized he thought it was a race photographer crouched down at the side of the trail, and it was this woman holding her ankle, in
Like just
pain.
trying to survive, and he's peace signing her and get way to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you come back from
I
that?
don't even know.
You don't. You just keep running.
So
But
yeah,
you get down. Here's the crazy. So you finally get to Weaverton, and it's where Robbie and I got the Uber. It's a parking lot, so it was jam packed with like people's families and stuff.
real quick, sorry, at that same area. So we're waiting for that stretcher, and it's taken maybe 30 seconds to a minute to get past. Well, these 3 dudes like right in front of me. It may surprise you to know that one of them had a Go One More hat on, but they just cut the course down to like the next switchbacks. Just like ran downhill to the next one. Everyone's like yelling at them, like, "What are you assholes doing?" Like,
Yeah.
like I guess that's worth it.
Yeah. Not
To get possibly DQ'd. I
Yeah.
don't know. Someone wanted to.
Yes.
It's not the end of the world, but it's just like that's not a precedent you want to do in the middle of a race.
Yeah.
In that situation too.
If you think back to New York, though, when you're coming off that bridge on the 16 miles,
Queensboro.
yeah, Queensboro Bridge, when you're coming off that, and there's like Manhattan there, and it's
That's
just
my
like
favorite part of the whole race.
Yeah. So this is as close as you get to that at
It's actually pretty good.
Is that where Justin caught you all with the photos?
Yeah, the
where
first
you're,
time.
like high-fiving
But
people.
you've been in the woods. It's quiet, other than us doing rap lyrics and stuff like that, and talking about Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and stuff like that as we run. She's talking about Taylor Swift, so it's all good. You would have been fine. You've been kind of quiet, and you feel like you're in the woods. And you pop out finally, and for a trail race, this is like a few hundred people
Rowdy.
Oh yeah.
waiting there.
Packed. It was great. It did feel similar to that. Screaming, yelling.
That's also got to feel good because, like, the first 15 miles, at least we talked about last week, were supposed to be, like, the worst part of the
Yeah,
whole race.
for sure.
And it is.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But it is. It's a relief. You get there and you're like, oh, good. No more trails.
Yeah.
I was like so excited because it took so much mental energy when you're running on those trails. You're concentrating so hard to not step on rocks or twist your ankle.
I wanted to say at around mile 11, it was actually the worst part of the race for me. I was like getting dizzy and kind of felt like vertigo-ish because the whole time you're just like locked in on the trail, and it's like felt like you're looking at one of those 3D eye puzzles or whatever. And I'm like literally like everything felt like tilted, and I was like trying to shake my head. And I'm like, dude, like I'm like cannot handle this right now.
You spend so much energy just like you are so hyper focused because there's so many rocks and jagged stuff that it almost gives you a headache.
Yeah.
Because you're like super focused and you're trying to move forward.
Yeah. I was like, I need to get out of here.
So when we hit the flats, I'm like, this is great. Done with the trails. Mm-hmm. You're not.
When do you go back on trails?
Right away.
Almost immediately.
Oh,
It's only like a half more mile, but it's
Okay.
still
You
like,
run through a parking lot and you're back on the trail and you're like, what?
oh, that's funny.
Nobody told me about this.
yeah. Well, it was also weird too because that's where I thought the aid station was, and I was like, did I just miss the?
I know.
whole
I wanted to
aid
get
station?
water. I was holding my my packet that I was going to mix my drink in.
What did they have at the aid stations,
I mean,
food wise and stuff?
it just depends what aid station it was because it's all different kinds of stuff. But
I mean, most of the stuff was the same.
Normally they have like some good like pierogies, M&Ms,
yeah, so
gummy bears.
It wasn't as good as the Hat 50K. They could do a little work on their aid stations. I think. Do you disagree with me?
Did they have nerd clusters?
I see what you're saying. Hat's a little bit shorter, so I think it's
Well, no, because you loop it so that it's easier
well,
to
that's
have,
true.
have a
Yeah,
good.
right. But I'd say some of the aid stations were hat level, and then some were just like.
Did you have any
very
French
bare
fries?
bones.
Any salty French fries?
I did.
I didn't.
Were
Where
they
did
hot?
you get French fries? I want like when you run a hat, you get.
It was at the
French
mile
fries.
24 aid station they had. Dude, they had a deep fryer. They were frying all kinds of stuff. You missed that?
I missed it.
Dude, they had corn fritters. They
Didn't
had
have
French
that.
fries.
Didn't have that.
They had burgers, bacon.
Wait, was that
I
the?
They
saw
had grilled
Alex
cheese.
Hermanson eating a burger. Was that from there?
No, his mom brought him a Big Mac.
Oh,
Yeah.
his mom. This episode is sponsored by SWIFTWICK.
And you're probably going to hear us talking about them because both Robbe and I wore SWIFTWICK.
Oh, yeah, we did for the JFK 50 mile.
Yeah.
50 miles in some SWIFTWICK socks.
Did not change my socks. Did not get
Wow.
a single blister.
Okay.
I also used chamois butter on my feet, slathered them up, like basting a turkey for Thanksgiving, just preparing. I wore the Flight XT Crew, the Merino version.
But most exciting is that starting today and going through December 7th, everything on the SWIFTWICK website is 25% off.
Is this Black Friday?
It is Black Friday.
Do you have to buy black socks on Black Friday or can you get white socks?
You
on?
don't. In fact, they have some new limited edition launches that are out. So go check them out. You can go to swiftwick.com. We also will have a link in the show notes.
I just did a photo shoot in New York and I wore the Believe SWIFTWICK collab sock.
Of course you did.
And it's fantastic.
They're the best.
Go get a pair.
All right, second check-in. I really didn't want to start the 50 miler. I was tired. It didn't seem like something that was that important to me. But I started thinking about it, and I had my buddy in the kitchen, Matt, who I was talking about, saying just get to the start line, just start running. And that's really, it's simple advice, but next time that you're feeling like, hey, I don't know if I want to do it, just put the shoes on, just start. And if you don't like it, you can stop. But 9 out of 10 times, you're going to be like, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do the workout, or I'm just going to do the run. And it ends up being fantastic. And this time, I'm so glad that I didn't let myself not start, because I think that becomes a habit.
They had
Talk about big babies.
they had grilled cheese. So at that aid station, the guy was like,
So wait, when they had the grill out, that was early, too early in the race. Like I was like, I'm gonna wait till later to grab, because like it was like almost a little bit after you got off the trails.
yeah, it was mile 24. Yeah, so not too early.
But that's the guy I used. So I had taped up my ankles, and now I was ready to have I could feel it in my shoe, and I just wanted them off. So one of the guys with the grill lent me his pocket knife.
Nice.
Nice big, you could gut a deer with it or something.
That's like kind of dangerous. Or slice your foot open, you're done.
Yeah, I was like, but I got all the tape off.
Nice. So at that aid station, particularly, they had this guy's like, this is the best grilled cheese you'll ever have. He wasn't lying. It was. I'm pretty sure they soaked it in like cooked it in bacon grease.
Oh, jeez.
Because the toast was so greased up. It was like still crispy.
Like they
but
deep fried the whole thing?
no, I think they just like actually they might have because it was soggy. It wasn't soggy, it was just like crisp but all greasy.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't take the grilled cheese. I looked at them and I'm like, these all look like they've been in someone's pocket for a day.
But I put together the list of what I ate, which I'm missing some things, but
Did you eat a full grilled cheese?
so I ate the gels, which I mentioned in the ad, 6 MAURTEN gels regular, 3 MAURTEN gels calf. So I brought Nerds gummy clusters with me in a Ziploc bag and refilled that at one point. So so one of those bags of gummy clusters, almost the whole thing.
Didn't you take a salt pill off the ground?
I didn't. I almost did. I had 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So like they had half peanut butter jelly, so I was just grabbing those like every stop and eating them.
Okay.
And then half of a grilled cheese, 3 pierogies. They did a pierogies.
Okay.
1 banana, 2 like cups of potato chips. I had strawberries and bananas. I did have some French fries, and I had red velvet cake at the red velvet cake stop.
I did not.
And then I
Robbie
had,
actually ate.
There was a red velvet cake stop?
yeah, it's like
It's famous.
what it's known for. Yeah. A bunch of flat Coke, chicken broth, like 3 cups of chicken broth, 4 packs of element, and then like probably half a gallon of water.
Dude, I think you had like 7,500 milligrams of sodium.
That's probably accurate.
That's bananas.
But I was like so freaked out because I was like, I do not want to get a headache. I do not want to hit a wall. And so I was just like eating. Anytime I was walking, I was pretty much eating.
Making sure you're getting calories in.
And I didn't get sick at all. I did have to take a bathroom break at one point.
You said it was the best you've ever felt, though, physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Mentally?
Yeah. No, mentally, it was the best rate. I've had 5Ks that were way worse.
Well, yeah, that's...
No, but mentally, I think it was for sure the best race I've ever had.
So around...
But we'll get to that.
We're getting there. Around mile 24, where that aid station was, I felt like my calf was starting to cramp up. And when I would walk and then start running again, it hurt more. So I started just kind of like doing like a shuffle.
Like the stop and go hurt?
Like when I tried to restart running, it would hurt for a little while until I would just like get my legs
Warm it
going
up.
and then moving. So I was like, oh, this really sucks. It almost felt like that feeling of right before your calf locks up completely. So I was like, I'm just going to keep moving. I can't stop.
Yeah.
And that's when the first time I see Alex is a little bit after that. He's like, well, hey, Thomas. And like, because I was like running past him and I didn't want to be like, I can't stop right now. If I'm moving, I got to keep moving. So I was kind of like, hey, bud, and just kept going.
Yeah.
And then we got to a part, I guess, where I didn't expect to see Robbie.
Hold on.
And I didn't know they had run together.
Before you get to that, so when you came off the Appalachian Trail to the CNO Canal, so for those who don't know, it's like CNO Towpath is basically like a flat rail trail that goes along the Potomac River.
And it almost felt downish hill for most of it.
Which is funny because it's actually uphill.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
So, because that's how they have the locks that go like down. So it is a slight uphill grade going up. But I was going to say, so you were with all...
I'm still with my crew. So I've got Lynn, Doug, Drew, Kelsey, and myself. Is that 5 people?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we're running like formation.
And then what was your strategy for that?
Kipchoge style?
Yeah, pretty much. So the strategy basically coming through that was we were like, let's walk when we have to, like if we get to an aid station, but let's try to keep pretty much jogging and moving forward.
And this is like a group consensus. So someone's like, hey, I think...
it kind of was, it wasn't. We accordion. So like at one point, Doug and Lynn dropped back and they were like slower. And then, but we always kept like...
flip-flopping.
Yeah, and like it kind of just kept... The group stayed together. There was often times we were running together. Later in the race is when we spread out a little bit more. But yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, because so I lost Alex Hermanson at that coming off the cliffs because he was looking for his mom. And then
And the meatloaf.
yeah, Mom, meatloaf. And then I ran into Charles, our friend from New York City, who
Saved you with the salt pill. And
saved me with, that's the time I found the salt pill, and then he saved me on the run like a few years ago. And so we ended up running the next 20 miles together.
Casual.
Yeah, just casual. It was weird because usually I'm very chatty and talkative on the trails and just in races, but that whole day I was like, just like, I don't know if I was locked into like trying to keep my plan together.
It's funny you say that because I was like the reverse of normal.
Yeah, because I was just like not feeling like talking that much.
I did quite a bit of talking,
Which is unusual.
but I also did a lot. Like I just tried to stay close to like Drew and Kelsey, who were talking. Like Drew talks a lot. Like, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, Drew, because I know you'll listen. It's not a bad thing that you talk a lot, but I don't remember silence coming from you in the last part. Like, and I was actually enjoying it. I was like hanging behind them by like a couple steps and just listening in to keep myself occupied.
Yeah, I had laid out like the night before the race. My coach, he wrote this whole like write up on JFK and analyzed all the finishers paces from last year, and then like did a whole chart based on per half hour finishing times and each split, like what would be the ideal fastest, slowest, like medium, the paces to finish in that time.
Yeah.
So I kind of like had put together a plan to finish for a goal 10:30, and then if things went sideways 11 hours or just whatever. So I was trying to follow that plan.
I forget. So how far in were you and Andrew when I saw you guys?
Or Charles.
Yeah, Charles. I keep wanting to call him David and Andrew.
Yeah, that was like mile 36.
Okay, so I'm with the group and I'm like, we're running. We're kind of doing the jog shuffle thing, but we're moving. And I see Robbe and Charles up ahead. And I'm just like, to Drew and to Kelsey, who I was with. Because at this point, Lynn and Doug were behind us. I'm like, let's like go by them really fast because they were walking. So we come like
Storming.
When I say ripping, we're probably doing 8:30-minute miles. But at this point in the race, you might as well have thought we were
5-minute
Usain Bolt.
milers.
No, even faster. Like, and we go blowing by Robbie. And Robbie's like, holy.
Yeah. Well, because I figured like you were, because somebody, where were you? I don't know where we were. Somebody told me that you were 15 minutes. I don't know where I heard that. And so I've just figured you guys were.
I didn't think I was going to see you.
Yeah. Now I will say, so Charles we start out on I was going to do a run walk no matter what. So when I got to the CNO, we were doing like 9 minutes of running, 2 minutes of walking. And then he started struggling. He had some ankle issues going on, and then was kind of just struggling overall, getting into like the later 20 miles and stuff. So then we started doing like, okay, let's walk 0.15 and then run 0.85 to the next mile and do that. But then like started getting a little longer. The aid stations and stops started getting a little longer. So I knew like I was kind of, you know how I am. I'm like
Ready to
getting
go.
a little antsy, and he was like, just if you could just hang with me to 40. I was like, all right, like that's fine.
You can tell. And then Robbie loses it.
And then they caught up, and then Lynn was talking, and I'm like, peace.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as he knew he had somebody else to talk to, Robbie's like, I'm out of here.
But he understood.
So Robbie ends up running with us now. So he's now joined our little family of people
Your flock.
merry band of.
until we got to like mile 38. And this is when I decided, I was like, I can't stop now. I'm not stopping at the aid station. I'm not going to walk. I need to keep moving because my calf feels like if I stop, it'll
Seize up.
explode. So I'm like, I leave everybody except for Drew and Kelsey. They're going, and they start getting about 20 feet ahead of me, but I'm fine. I'm like, I'm just going to stay running. And I'm like, this is it, because I know the next section is rolling hills. And I'm like, at least this is flat. I know I can kind of, and I ran into this guy who was a fan of our podcast who's like, started talking to me. He's like, I'm like, well, how you doing? He's like, I'm considering myself, I think he was from Australia or something, but he's like, I'm considering myself a diesel engine right now. I'm just chugging along. I was like, ooh, I like that.
I think he was South Africa. So I think I ran into him as well. Yeah.
So he had like cactus on his like leg things.
I just remember wearing like a dark green top. Okay.
Yeah, that's him.
Cactus on his legs.
Like his socks had cactuses on them.
It's cactuses stuck in his legs.
I guess cacti. Anyway,
Yeah.
so he's like the diesel engine. I was like, oh, perfect. I'll just be a diesel engine.
I like that.
I was like on this long flat trail. I'm just like chug, 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 chug. And at this point, I end up, when we get off the trail, and I had left Robbe behind, Lynn behind, and Doug behind. And I'm like thinking I got to be well ahead of them at this point. So I get off the trail and I catch back up with Drew and Kelsey, but there's like this right off the trail. There's like this steep climb, and Kelsey and Drew are just like flying up it, like walking, like fast. And I'm like, how come I feel like I'm walking fast? I can't stay with them. So they start taking off, and I'm like, okay. So I knew that was the last time I was going to see them because they were just moving. They got up about 100 feet in front of me, and then they just got smaller and smaller. And the next thing that happened was, and I'm still running and stuff. I'm walking some of the hills.
We also had to put on the vest of shame, the yellow vests, because as they call it, vest of shame. But it's like if you don't reach this certain checkpoint, mile 42 by 3:00 p.m., you have to put on a yellow
Wait, that's amazing.
Yellow
it
highlight.
really is a shame vest.
highlighter vest.
Because it's like you haven't made it, or like
Because you're on the
not-
road.
You're
on the
it's gonna get
roads.
dark and you're on
finishes
the
on the
road.
roads.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
It's like so ugly.
we didn't mention that Robbe had switched into.
Oh yeah. So
That's when I kept going. Robbe
Right.
stopped and
Changed
changed
shoes.
shoes and everything.
yeah. So another thing about the CNO Towpath that I want to mention that's kind of interesting. It's similar to our Appalachian Trail experience. So when I was younger, 10 years ago, I used to bike pack the CNO Canal Trail a lot. So Harper's Ferry up to where we finished, I've done 5 or 6 times, like on bike, and actually have run it some as well. And it used to be like dirt and grass and rutted out. And so in my mind, I was thinking the whole time, this is how the trail is going to be. And after it rains, it's always super muddy. So I was like, man, this is going to suck. I didn't realize they resurfaced the whole thing where it's basically pavement. It's like, it's all like perfectly smooth crushed gravel.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And I didn't realize since I had been there that they had done that. So
That's
that was
amazing.
a nice treat. But I should have changed into a different pair of shoes earlier on, because the Mafate Speed 4 Lite it's lower stack, but it fits well, but not a ton of cushion. And I didn't really feel like changing when I came off the trail. But by the time I got to mile 38, that those like cord style laces, speed laces, were digging into the top of my foot. So I was like getting a lot of pain on there. So then I switched into Tectonics 3 at mile 38, which is funny because it's basically only roads after that. But that felt so much better, and that, especially since it has that rocker, it was like nice and smooth and rolling, and was felt awesome underfoot. And then, we also saw Low at mile.
Oh yeah,
30.
again, that was amazing. So first off, if you know Lo from any of our stuff, he is energy that just is infectious. He is a giant and
Former NFL defensive,
and loud and
huge.
Yeah. So he hurts you when he hugs you. Like he came up and he gave me a hug and he's like ripping my head off.
He's like the
George from
of Mice and Men.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like he doesn't know his own strength.
Yeah. He's like, I'm at mile 38. The dude's like crushing me. And I'm like, dude, just you touching me makes me almost fall over.
And so he had parked his car and across the canal part of the grassy area, and he sees us. He just had parked like right when we're coming past. And he's like, "Let's go!" oh, he's like, I came at the right time. He's like going crazy, and everyone's just like, what is happening? Like,
And he's running with a big bag.
yeah, and then he like comes and he's like, let's go. And he runs into me, like shoulder checks me, and I almost fell straight
Yeah.
over, dude. I was like, oh my gosh. Like if I get knocked over at mile 38, I'm gonna,
Like
You're not getting up from that.
He literally lifted me off my feet.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah.
it was insane. I mean, it was
And then he had bottles of electrolyte and like all this stuff. He's like, "What do you guys need?" Like running. And
But
he
like,
ran-
how
ran with
sweet
us,
is
right?
that?
No,
They
it's the
drove
greatest.
over an
So
hour
nice.
just to be there for you.
I'll tell you how
It's
great
amazing.
it was that it made me think I don't want to necessarily run this again, but I will go down if I have a friend running, and I'm going to go down and run like 10 miles on the trail with him just to keep him company.
flat part.
Yeah, just to keep him company or something like that. But it was such a lift to see him, and it was great.
and also like Chad, our big guy river, Chad, he came down, and he had. So when I changed my shoes, I sat in a chair there.
That was the one I felt bad because he come down and he brought like flat Coke for us and stuff like that. And I just basically, it was in that stage where it's like, if I stop, my calf's going to blow up. So I just kept going.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, that, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's cool. I drank some, and then
And another thing though, this race, it's a 51-mile race. And they try to play with your head.
I was gonna mention
and
that.
trick you.
yeah, because we're at. I mean, our GPS watches were off early.
Mine was, and you're on a straight line on that canal.
So
I
what
mean,
do they
not-
do after mile marker?
I don't mean GPS watches were off. I mean like the distance was different early. Like
Oh, yeah.
by mile when we're hitting the mile 25 on my watch, and we hadn't hit the 24 aid station yet, and I'm like, dude, this is not cool.
Yeah.
Because getting the, once you get that's a mental hurdle getting past the halfway point, and I felt like it took forever to get past the halfway point.
So what they do is everybody knows it's really 51 plus miles for this race. But the race says, nah, we're just going to, when you get to an aid station, we're going to put the mile that it would be if you were at like if it was only a 50-mile race.
I was going to say, how did they put the mile markers so that it
Well,
worked in their favor?
when you get off the trail, when you get off the CNO and you go onto the road, and this is you're wearing your shame of vest or vest of shame, they start putting mile marker countdowns. So I'm first person I see is Lynn, and Lynn's like, I am dying. I just gotta finish. I'm gonna go. Is that okay with you? And I'm like, yeah, just go. So Lynn takes off, his giant calves just pumping away as I see him drift off in the sunset. The next person I see is Robbe. I'm like, oh hey Robbe, what's up? And
We walked that big hill together.
And Robbie's like, hey, we got less than 8 miles. I said, no, dude, we just passed the 8. Or he's like, we have less than 7 miles. I said, no, we just passed the 8-mile marker.
Well, I think I said 7 miles. It was 7.5 miles.
Yeah.
But I think I said 7 miles just because
Keep the morale
in my
high.
mind, the last half mile doesn't count because the last half mile, it's like you're
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Like, so I'm like, it's 7 miles.
Yeah. So
but-
Robbie's with me, and I could tell he was like feeling giddy up. Like, I was like, okay, he's feeling good. And so Robbe kind of starts picking it up, and I'm just like, see you later. And then I see Doug. And Doug, the entire race was like, I thought he was like struggling. He's like behind, but seemed to be doing great. He came up, and I was like, we were running together, and I said, hey, when we get to that pylon, it was on like one of the uphills, I said, I'm going to walk for a little bit when we get up to there. And he's like, if you don't mind, I'm going to keep going. I'm go for it, whatever. And so at this point, I'm just like trying to just finish. And it is, you're going back and forth with people because people decide to walk at certain points and you run past them, and then, they might run past you in a little bit, but it's very yo-yo-ish.
Yeah.
And so when you finish, like Robbe loves rolling hills anyway.
Yeah, that was. I love that part because that was like my favorite. That's like my favorite type of thing to run is rolling roads.
Yeah, but after 40 miles, is that still fun?
I mean, like honestly, altogether, my legs felt pretty good. Like it wasn't like I said. I never hit a wall. I never went to a dark place. The distance never seemed daunting. I mean, I think it helped that I ran a 50 miler before, and And I just knew, like I was saying, when we broke it down mile by mile, I was like, walk 0.15, run the rest. That's what I did the whole way. Even when I was on the roads and feeling good, I would still, like, I might run faster. I was running, honestly, a little too fast on the roads because I was feeling really good.
And you wanted to be done, right?
Yeah, I wanted to be done. And then I had to check myself because I was like, oh, dude, you're thinking, 7 miles to go, 6 miles to go. And I'm like, that's like being at 19 of a marathon.
That was a crazy thing.
That's so far.
You're in a 50 miler when they're like, you only have 6 miles to go. You're like, oh, great. I'm almost there. And the crazy thing is I started doing the math because at this point, I'm like 10-minute miles, 11-minute miles, whatever it is. I'm like, oh, that's an hour.
Yeah.
I'm going to be out here for another hour. And I was like, oof.
Yeah.
I started getting my head around that.
Was not fun, but man, it was so beautiful. The sun was setting over these like farm fields and really beautiful scenery.
Yeah.
And the temperatures were just right, 50 degrees, like feeling good. And then just kind of cruising in. And then I turned it up a little bit. I ran a couple like 9-20 miles. And then I was like, 48. I started to feel it a little bit, like 48 and 49.
Well, they had that one arching hill by the gas station.
Yeah.
That was just like
I
endless.
was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like, I'm walking that. But so my watch, it was very weird because the Coros watch, it gives you hour, minute, seconds on your total time. And I had like race fog or whatever. So I was trying to figure out when I would finish. And I was texting my wife like, hey, it's when I'm going to be here. When I'm going to be coming through the finish. Nice job, Ralphie. And so I looked down at my watch at the later, like in the last few miles. And I was looking at my watch in the last few miles and it said 10:08, and that's all it said. And I was like, dude, my watch just reset. Like,
oh, because you scrolled through.
well,
like,
yeah, it was like too many digits because before it was like 9:59, 23. And so then it didn't do the seconds anymore. So all I'm seeing is just 10:08. And I'm like, I couldn't comprehend in my mind that it was 10 hours and 8 minutes. And I was just thinking it was like 10 minutes and 8 seconds. I don't know what I was thinking. And so I was like, I have no idea how much time I have to finish the race because I was trying to get, it would have been cool to get under 10:30, but I couldn't process. So I'm like, all right, I'll just run however I'm running.
what was great though is like, did you see the pylon where everybody was taking off their best of shames?
Yeah, I took mine off.
Meg, there was you're supposed to run all the way to finish with it, but they're about 200 yards from the finish. Everybody was taking off their vests and just throwing it by this pylon. So there was like a pile of vests because nobody wants to be in the finish pictures with their
Because
vest
it's like
on.
embarrassing. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but the last mile, I was like, dude, I'm not stopping this last mile. So I just ran as hard as I could and finished really pretty strong the last half mile.
Which wasn't easy because it was an uphill finish. So
Yeah.
like when you decided to
What
run.
was your closing minute mile?
Well, it was like, I was running like 7:30 pace for...
I was trying to look up your Strava, but a dog climbed on me.
It was like, the last mile was like 9:20, and then the last 2/10 was like a 7:30 pace. So I was
Jeez.
like, kind of like, just felt really good. And
What was crazy is I've seen the video of me running at that finish. It's so embarrassing because I thought I was
Flying.
I was like, I'm sprinting to the finish, and it looks like a toddler learning how to walk with a diaper.
yeah, the last mile, my last mile was my fastest mile of the race.
That's amazing.
But I felt, so then I finished and clicked my watch, and it was exactly 10:30:00.
And was that your official time?
So this is what's really bothersome is that because it's a stupid trail race and they don't know how to do anything. Sorry, JFK. But the gun time and chip time are the exact same for everybody.
Why do they have them then?
Good question. Really good question.
Wait,
Wait,
the
what?
gun time
What do you
and chip
mean?
time?
Go to your official results, and the gun time and your chip time are the exact same number.
Meaning it doesn't matter when you cross the start
So
line.
you started like 3 or 4 minutes back.
Yeah.
3 minutes back, doesn't matter. You still have gun time as your official result.
So if you had started at the front, you would have been 3 to 4 minutes faster.
Oh.
Your time is this person at the front.
Oh, okay.
So even though you...
But why did they have a mat at the start?
Very good question.
Yeah, what-
We all had chips, and we all crossed all the mats. But it says your total your time is the same as Hans Troyer's time, right? So like when you started, you had the same as when he started.
I don't care.
I care because
here's the other reason
I would have been under
sub
10:30,
10:30,
which
Yeah.
is like what.
But here's the other reason.
goal was.
Here's the other reason I don't care. Because it's a 51-mile race, not a 50-miler.
Also
So
true.
technically, for 50 miles, you ran well under 10:30.
Yeah, for real.
So, and I came in. Well, I don't know. I forget the number I came in. I was like 6 minutes behind you.
Yeah, you
Rob.
were I think 10:37. But if you officially, you would probably start 2 minutes after the gun.
Well,
So,
both of you can claim that you have run 50 milers faster than me. So
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
if I
You
ran
hear
a-
that?
that's true.
yeah.
If I ran a 9,
What a slow ass.
but if you were someone who was on the end of like trying to run a sub 9 or sub 9
Yeah.
hour, and I would be kind of
Yeah, but it's also 51 miles. Like, it's not. This is a unique. This is what I hate. Like, trail races are cool, but you can't really compare times. Like the
No.
race
I
that
know.
Megan ran,
Yeah, I
11,
know.
something like that. I was there. That was a really hard course.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I'd love to say that JFK was harder, that was extremely more difficult.
There was 10,000 feet of elevation gain.
Yeah. So it's not, you can't, there's no apples to apples. It's not like, okay, Chicago and Berlin, you can pretty much compare those courses. I feel like they're comparable in elevation and stuff like that. You cannot.
right.
And then you throw in an extra mile and just be like,
Well,
forget about that.
That's like the other 50 miler I ran was 11:47 or something, but it was way harder than it was all trails and way more elevation. So I don't know how you would even compare those two. But I was very happy because in the middle of the race at mile 35, I was like, "There's no way I'm getting 11. I'm gonna do like 11:15," but it all.
I didn't
came
think about
together.
time at all. I was just like, keep moving.
I was trying to figure out when my family would meet me or tell me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because they were coming to the finish line.
Speaking of getting just under the hour, our trail reviewer Reese ran a 6:59, 10th place overall female. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
completely insane.
She's missing a frontal lobe, I think.
And it's cool because she's from there.
Yeah.
So she last ran the race when she was 20 years old, I think, and
It was like
much slower.
6 hours slower or something.
Not that much slower. I think it was.
Or that was Alex Hermanson. He had a 6-hour PR.
No, he even said something.
No, that was
off.
it. Was that he? It's a 6-hour PR.
Yeah.
But he wrote it as if that was
Like
the
his
time that he
time?
ran it in, which was not true.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Dude, so he was out there for 18 hours for a 50 mile?
Well, I think so. That 50 miler he ran, I think it was out west, and it had like crazy stuff like ladder climbs.
Was that one that was the
It's an obstacle course?
in
Yeah.
the Monument Valley or whatever,
Yeah,
something like that?
It was insane. Like the course was crazy,
Mm.
but yeah, she did amazing. That was the first time in that race that the top 10 women finished under 7 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
multiple
fast field.
multiple grit runner Patrick Blair
Winner, yeah, great.
also got the age he
Masters, first place master.
Wow.
He ran a 6:36. Yeah.
That's
just
so wild.
And
Yeah.
if you could see this course, like I don't care about the CNO. If you can run, you could probably do pretty well there.
Mm-hmm.
But the front part, that trail part, the fact that they're going that fast over that was just insane.
The fact that Hans Troyer and basically David Sinclair, I think, averaged 6:10 over the course.
Yeah, 6:11.
Is
That's
It's
insane.
funny
It's
because
like,
I sent my mom the results because I was trying to send her your guys like tracking, which the tracking was rough, but and she's like 6:11 pace. She goes, "Oh, I must be looking at the wrong thing here," and I was like, "Nope, that's true. That's actually
That's
the pace that they
winner.
held."
I mean, that's insane.
It's totally insane.
Because they close at what, like a 5:20?
I don't know.
What are you saying? Oh,
Like the flat parts, they're running like 5:30.
oh
Yeah, but the rolling hill at the end, they were probably flying up that.
Yeah.
right.
Crazy.
I mean, so he had the second fastest time ever, and
They're both ultra athletes.
Yeah.
Ultra. Speaking of how do you say things? How do you say that brand?
Zero drop.
Ultra.
Is
What
it ultra
shape?
or ultra?
Ultra. I never know.
Aura,
They-
Aura, Ultra,
That's what
They
I'm
try
Ultra.
to. I hear them say ultra.
Ultra.
Yeah.
I think it is. So Jade Bellsberg, she was the first woman overall, 607. I mean, that's
Crazy.
equally insane.
So Robbe went after the race. Him and his family went to Reese's parents' house where she was having a fire.
I believe they call it a bonfire.
I looked at it. It looked like just a very small fire. It did not look like a bonfire to me is like a big fire.
It was a
Raging.
normal, it was a bowl
Fire
pit
pit?
fire.
Yeah, it was a fire.
Yeah.
Like a bonfire to
It was
me.
a campfire.
Yeah, campfire.
Campfire, there we
But
go.
like a bonfire to me is like when you go to the beach and you have like a big fire.
Yeah. No, you're right.
You could lay across
Throw a
it.
pallet
Yeah.
on there. Which is fun, kind of having some pizza and beers. Her house is actually haunted.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Her house was built in the 1720s.
Haunted by what?
1740s. Oh,
A little girl or something.
yeah, a little girl ghost.
Oh,
So that was cool.
that's not
My
cool.
kids have been or will be freaked out for the rest of their life because
So-
they're like telling all the ghost stories when my kids are there and they're just like staring, eyes wide open.
Did they sleep at all in the Airbnb?
They did, but they were kind of nervous.
Yeah,
So-
I would be.
Matt and I were like, we're just done. We're like, we don't want to drive any other place. And we're like, we kind of wanted to have a couple beers. So it's like, we didn't want to drive all the way
Sure.
to Reese's. So we went someplace close, met Lynn and Doug. And then Charles came at the end. But it was funny because during the thing, Robbie's like, I think I'm just going to come back to the house. Can you guys grab some beers or something? And we were like, psh. We started Googling. And then like we asked the
Because
people.
Maryland sucks, so you can't just go into a store and buy beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't go to like a mini mart or a gas station. So we're trying to figure that out, and they're like, everything's closed. It's Saturday at 9 something at night. And we go to the bar. We're asking, is there a package goods store or something? They're like, no. And
So crazy.
So we're like, I guess there's a little bit of wine left at the house. Maybe we'll just drink some of that and call it a night. And sorry, Robbie. And then as we're leaving, the Charles goes, hey, I got you guys some beers that I wanted to give you.
Dude, it was awesome.
And Matt and I are like, huzzah. And we go out to his car. He gives us like 4 tall boys.
Yeah.
And we're like, this is perfect.
It was great.
We just want, so we went back to the house.
Because
Threw-
they had like pigeon and raccoon branding on
Oh,
them.
nice.
Yeah. And we threw on the fire in the living room. We sat
It was
and
nice.
regaled the stories. And
Yeah, which is always a great part of the day. I went to say at the finish line, first off, there was a ton of faster bastards and just people going crazy, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And then what's cool about JFK, you get medals, but the top 100
Get
men
gold
and
ones.
women get gold medals.
Oh, cool.
So obviously Reese and some of our other
they're not real gold,
Oh, no.
gold colored
not
metal.
solid gold.
Yeah.
And then so it's right beside the high school gym, and you can like go in and take a shower, which I did, and it was. Did you do that?
No, dude. Here's how I
It
was.
was
I could barely stand up at the end.
Okay.
It turns out.
Oh, that you didn't even mention this.
Yeah, it turns out that cramping that I felt in my
Yeah.
calf, I get home and my entire calf is like
Can we see it now?
no.
I want to see it.
It's nothing to see now.
Okay.
You can put the photo of the picture.
All right.
It was all like, looked like bruised and red.
Yeah, and so I'm like, I didn't even notice it. It was still tight the day after. So I send the photo to my coach and say, hey, it's really weird. My whole calf is like, looks like it's bruised. And he's like, oh, yeah, you tore your calf muscle. And so that whole feeling that I was having the whole time where I thought I was cramping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had torn my
Yeah, for sure.
calf muscle. And so that
That's insane.
that was what was causing me the pain. That's what, and it's still. I went so. We're launching the shoe. You've already seen it on Instagram probably. I went up to New York to do the photo shoot for the shoe, and I had to try.
This is Monday.
Monday after. So Saturday was a race. Sunday I look at my calf. it's
36
all
hours later.
bloody, and I go up there and I have to run and do some stuff for photos. It felt like my knee wasn't attached to my leg, like when I was trying to do stuff, and
Insane.
yeah,
It's like learning to walk again.
it was worse. But I was like, I had all these people. There was
Man.
a videographer, a photographer, and a photographer's assistant, and then I brought Jared Kilberg up with me to like help out. And so I had to I'm going to just figure out how to run on it and do it. So we were able to do that. But
The photos make it look like you ran fine.
that's the funny thing. So I can't look at the photos without seeing like the whole setup and what I was actually doing.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm like, I hope these translate to the way that they should.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because, and no, Dave Hash is an amazing
That's what I mean.
photographer.
He's just-
And he just killed it. Like, yeah, like the photos look fantastic. I look at them critically because I'm like looking at, it's hard to look at photos of yourself.
Oh, for sure.
And stuff like that. And I also knew that like I'm hobbling there. So he got the only shot of me being able to look like I'm running in the thing. But yeah,
That's cool.
my legs feel better today, but it was rough.
That's insane. Yeah.
I had to get up at 5 to get on the train at 6:20 to get up to New York. We got there, we grabbed a bagel real quick, started shooting at around 9:30, and we wrapped at 2:30. And we did running shots. Came back to 316 store. Shout out to our friends there. That was awesome. They hooked me up with gear for a photo shoot. We did the kind of casual clothes photo shoot. Jumped from there to we did like kind of like some outdoorsy clothes shots in Central Park.
Nice.
And then we did some trail photos. So like 4 different shoots, and we were done by 2:30.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's a lot. That's
it was a
crazy.
lot. But yeah, pretty excited.
I feel like today I feel pretty good. Yesterday sucked. I don't know how you're running around on legs like that. That's insane.
I'm just super tired right now. Like before we did the podcast, I went and got a cappuccino.
Four
with
espresso
four
shots.
espresso shots, and I'm kind of crashing now.
I will say, I was trying to think about this. So, like New York City, that was run at my long run pace generally.
Yeah.
And I felt that was, like, honestly, it was pretty hard by the end. How do you run 50 miles and I can feel good, like, towards the end?
It's different efforts.
Yeah,
I know, but it's
I
like,
didn't feel
it's
good towards
so
the end.
long, and I just don't understand. But it wasn't that much.
your
I mean, I
brain
know it
your
was
brain is
different.
also probably like, hey, we're almost done with 50 miles,
Yeah.
and you're like, let's just finish this up.
It could also be like 1,000 other factors.
Yeah.
Like, did you sleep better? Did you fuel better? Did you
certainly
hydrate
ate
better?
everything,
Did you...
yeah.
This episode is sponsored by MAURTEN.
So is 90% of my body right now.
Probably mine too.
Yeah, you guys have been ingesting quite a few of these hydrogels because you've been racing.
You know what I didn't think about? I didn't even try the 360 mix. I was just using the gels and the solids. I could have had the 360 mix too.
How many did you take during JFK?
I know I took at least 8 of the gels and 2 of the solid bars.
Okay.
It might have been more gels because it's pretty much the only thing I had.
I believe I took 6 regular Mortons and 3 calves.
Oh, wow.
But when I took the caffeine one, and I know that caffeine's supposed to like lessen your effort feeling or whatever.
Yeah,
what do you
but
call
it takes like an hour to hit your system.
Yeah, no.
Oh, really?
I could kind of feel it when I was running.
Okay, I like that.
But yeah, so you guys are able to take so many because of the technology in the hydrogel.
It's encapsulated.
It encases the carbohydrates, letting them pass right through your stomach and into your intestines to be absorbed as fuel. That means you can take more carbs without the GI distress that ruins so many workouts and races. So if you guys want to get some MAURTEN, you can go to maurten.com and use the code BELIEVE15 for 15% off.
Final check-in. Habits are what we do over and over and what we let ourselves do over and over. And I've tried to make my habit finishing. And pretty much, I think 99% of the time, no matter what obstacle comes in my way, if I start a race, I'm going to finish it. And again, for the 50 miler, I knew the moment that the gun went off and we started running up the hill that I'd be finishing the 50 miler, even though in the back of my mind, I was like, you could always stop after the trail section if you're not feeling it or whatever. But that's just not my character. And I think that you build up that muscle. It's just like working out. It's just like any of the other things you do in running. You just have to keep doing the same thing and pushing yourself through stuff rather than letting yourself quit. Because the moment that you give yourself an option to quit and you take that, the next time, you probably take it again. So let's make those habits healthy habits. Don't quit.
Have the proper amount of sodium.
I feel like it
Sounds
does,
like you did.
Yeah.
I feel like it does. I feel like eating does make like a big difference.
For sure.
I feel like that helped a lot because I was so terrified of crashing or hitting a wall because I was like, I know I'm not like optimally prepared for running this far. Like I was like, I know I can finish it, but to actually not feel bad, I was like, I need to just eat like
I didn't even
constantly.
think about, like, I tried to kind of like kind of get in a cycle of eat every, 4 or 5 miles or whatever. But at a certain point, I was just like, if I even got the ping of feeling a little bit hungry or felt like a little like energy drop, I just took a gel or.
I feel like the Nerds Gummy clusters really came in huge. I don't know. For some reason, whenever I was like, I need a little bit of boost, just have popping a few clusters felt like.
I tried to do it because I know that you've talked about it, and I carb loaded with the nerds the day before. But during the race, I bought another bag, and I tried to eat some during the race, and I just couldn't do it.
I did spit out eventually a MAURTEN, could not go down. I was just like, it was.
Was it caffeine or regular?
I gagged on it and I just spit it all out. I was like, it was a regular, but I was just like, I can't do it again.
It's funny because we had a similar conversation about fueling on Fuel for the Soul, like the difference of poor hydration versus poor fueling. And it's like, if you don't hydrate well, you get more of like the physical ailments, like the cramping and things like that. But if you don't fuel well properly, like your mental goes and like you go into like a
Interesting, yeah.
dark state so much faster. And so I feel like if you're fueling properly, that could also just be part of
I
it.
think that's accurate.
Yeah. I think you're also having fun. You got to run with Herm.
Yeah. No, running
And
with people definitely helps.
I felt like, for me, it's funny. I was talking to Lynn, and afterwards I was like, I can't imagine doing this without the crew. Like, being able to run with the group and kind of like, sometimes you feel like you're getting dragged by a group and you're like, you have to try to stay with them. We kind of accordion, but we always came back together. So it wasn't like you felt like if you needed to take a walk, you could catch back
There was
up.
no pressure.
That does make a huge difference just running with someone. Even I felt like Charles, who was struggling a bit, that helped probably since I was
Was he in charge?
being the one, since I was the one who was maintaining the speed. So always thinking about where we're at. And
I
what
think
we're
when you're
doing.
helping someone else, it also
That's totally
makes
it.
easier.
Yeah. I feel like when you take the focus off of yourself and you're just thinking about how someone else is feeling, that alone just makes you feel better.
Yeah, but like from the hard part on the trail, having people in a group, like you can ask Carl, like when we did that ETC in Italy, it was almost impossible to stay together.
Yeah.
And so I thought when we hit the trail, we would all break apart on the single track. There'd be people getting in between us. It
Right,
would spread out. But we stayed together. Like it was always the 5 of us in a line the entire way.
Did you hear, well, but Sam Edgen, one of our reviewers who also ran with us, he was on the CNO portion and he heard someone ahead playing a loudspeaker or whatever. He was like, great, this, like, so he's like running past them and it was Thomas talking on the drop. So he's like,
Was he like, turn that shit off?
so he's like listening to the drop in the middle of the trail. He's like, all right,
Second check-in.
I guess I'll give you a pass.
That's so funny.
It was amazing how many people were like, said hi. And
Yeah, because at trail races, it's not usually the case, especially out west.
Yeah.
But I guess probably since it's on the East Coast too, that helps. I get why people do this. Like, I get why people love that race so much, though. It's a pretty cool race.
it is a cool race.
Would you do it again?
I said I'd never do it again. And I also said I'm going to rethink doing rim to rim to rim. But I think I'm.
Wow, what has it been? 36 hours?
I'm not
72
gonna
hours?
like. I would love to see if my calf wasn't off.
Yeah.
But I like as much as there was times where I was like, this is the worst thing. Why am I doing this? I think it comes down to like who I'm doing it with. Like if I were to do this again and I had a good group of people that I trust and, knew that we would share the miles. And I think it was like almost perfect that when we got to the road section at the end, everybody just kind of at that point was like, I got to run and finish my race the way I'm going to run it.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was any, like, I didn't, like when I was with Robbe and he was like, hey, I want to go. I'm going to go. It wasn't like I was like, oh, damn, he's leaving now.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, that was great. I got to spend some time with him and whatever. So it feels, there's a camaraderie. It did feel like, and the reason we brought up Lord of the Rings, it felt like the fellowship, like when we were going through the woods, it felt like we were all on a mission to get to a certain spot.
Yeah.
It was great.
What is that noise?
It's a car, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just Baltimore stuff happening over on
It's
that.
like a horn?
Yeah.
That's probably not coming through. No, I feel the same way. That was felt like a team effort.
It also was funny because it's like the difference between, I think, Robbie's personality and my personality. Robbie kind of hopped from people to people. He was with this guy for a while, been with that guy for a while, came up and ran with us for a while.
Yeah.
Did a solo thing where I'm like, this is my crew. I'm sticking with this crew until I can't.
Pretty accurate. It was really cool because there was so many friends or people that we knew who were running it. People coming out to cheer. It's really almost a local race because it's only an hour and 15 minutes or hour and 30 minutes from where we live. I could see it sucking though if it was like 28 degrees.
Oh yeah, like the one guy said a couple of years ago, it snowed.
Yeah,
and like that would have been horrible. Like that's the thing.
We
did get perfect weather.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Like I don't know if I would run it again if it was in the rain or if it was anything else.
I think we'd be singing a much different tune if it was raining for the first 3 hours.
Oof.
Yeah,
Because then you're wet for the rest of the day.
Chafing. I couldn't sleep though, so at around 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, I tried to put on like this meditation to go back to sleep because I use the Headspace app.
The night after the race?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't sleep the night before the race, wasn't sleeping the night after the race. So I'm not really operating on a lot. So I'm sitting there and I'm in bed. I'm like, why am I trying to, I'm wide awake. Just pack up your shit and leave, which I felt kind of bad because there was like dishes in the sink and it wasn't going to help. Like the house already when you walked around was like creaky. So you had to be real quiet. And
you didn't wake me up.
So I tried to be as quiet as possible. You could hear like the day before, that's how I kind of woke up, was I heard Kucharski down in the kitchen. So I was like, it was like cups. It wasn't like pans or pots, but I was like, I felt a little bad leaving.
No big deal.
And so I pop out and
I
get on the road.
I made my wife do it. It's all good.
The kids.
How was traffic bad for you coming back? Because like I was on the road by myself.
Yeah, there wasn't many people. We did a little bit of a detour. We went to a Greasy Spoon diner.
Nice. That
was awesome. It was like one of the best diners I've been to. It was
go
so
for
good.
that right now.
I was like, I got French toast, eggs,
Hash
potatoes,
browns.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
like the whole thing, and it was like $10.
Yeah, it's
It was
ridiculous
amazing.
out there.
And then we went on a little hike to Cunningham Falls and Catoctin. So
You went on a hike the next day?
it was like 2 miles.
Okay.
But yeah, it was good to get the legs moving.
Yeah, no, I got in the car. Okay, you know Ralphie here. When anybody comes to the office or something, the dude goes nuts and barking and blah, 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 right? I come back, I get to the house. It was about an hour and a half drive. I get home at like 4:45.
Oh, yeah.
And I come in the house. I'm trying to be quiet because I know Megan's probably sleeping. But I'm expecting Ralphie to be like, attack dog.
And
like,
did she know you were coming home?
No.
No, because I didn't want to wake her up.
That could be weird.
I
Yeah.
didn't want to wake her up. Like I'm leaving at 3 a.m. I was like, I'm not even going to text her because in case
Okay.
her phone buzzes, I don't want to wake her up. So I get there. I make it all the way into the room. Ralphie greets me with like loving, shaky,
tail wags. No
Tail wag.
barking.
That's so funny.
I was like, Ralphie, someone could have been coming here to murder me.
Right. He knows. Dogs know.
I don't know.
My mom said that my dog, because my dog was up at my parents' house for the last few days, so she said he was barking she's like, he was barking like crazy from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Maybe he was cheering you on. I was like, that is actually the last. I ended at exactly 5 o'clock. I was like, dude, what if he knew and
He
he was
did.
cheering me on? Do you think that would happen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
George knew.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. George was also a president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, Ralphie's no protector. And then last night, I get back from New York City at close to 10 o'clock. And again, I come in the house.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Wow. Well, I guess that's about it. Dude, by the way, I told you could do it. You're running 60-mile weeks and having weird. I guess you knew you could do it, but you just didn't want to.
When we first started off, I was like, I don't know, man. Like that pace, like when we went through the trail section, it took about 4 hours for us to go through the trail section.
Yep. I mean, it's crazy though. You finished, we pretty much finished the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
I was,
it's
know
a good
what?
time, 10:30 for.
I know. I was happy. I was happy with our time. I looked at the results. We were in the top.
Basically middle
in the
of
top.
50%. middle of the pack,
50%. Yeah. And, I'm like, I just felt good about the challenge and kind of like taking it on and finishing it. And then what felt really good was like knowing that was the last thing for this year that I have to do. Like,
Besides TRE, which is actually harder than a 50
that is
miler.
harder.
An endurance event in itself.
But that is, knowing that, like, because if you look at this year, this is the same year we went to Africa. This is the same year I went to Tokyo, China, the Bahamas, Chamonix, California for Western States. We did a crap ton. I ran 3 major marathons and did a 50-miler plus the ETC race.
It's insane.
And I was just like, when we finished it, I was just like,
I mean,
okay, I'm done.
The fact that you did Chicago, New York, and JFK is crazy.
Yeah, my
And,
cap doesn't think so.
a month and a half or whatever. Really,
Yeah.
right? A
Yeah,
month
pretty
and a half.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And it's just been an incredible year. I don't know. I guess we'll probably do a wrap-up podcast for it, but this was an insane year for all of us.
Yeah.
Meg's tour, like just
By the way, if anyone's wondering if they can do a 50-mile race on
20 miles of training.
only going above 40 miles twice during your training block,
You totally can.
you can do it.
I don't know if you can. Like
If you've been running for a long time,
No,
I think you can.
here's the thing. Like I was like, I had to do the 60-mile weeks to do it. Robbe was able to do it on less miles. I think that, I don't know, man. I think you have a special skill set of slacker rewards.
That's probably accurate.
Slacker
maybe.
rewards.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I saw so many people drop stuff that Robbe would have picked up too during the 50
Someone
miles.
did drop a little baggie with Pepto-Bismol in it when my stomach was not feeling great, and I kind of wish I would have picked it up. But
Was it in a package, like sealed?
it was in like a Ziploc.
Oh, no, you can't do that.
I mean, you can. But I did not pick that up. But there were some goodies out there. And weirdly enough, my plantar fasciitis thing has
Disappeared?
It's gone.
Well-
do you think it was psychological?
No, the week before I did my, it's definitely not psychological, but it was crazy because my last long run was just like 12 miles. I could barely walk that day after doing it. And the next day, and like, same thing with New York. I was like, whatever, it's just like, it'll hurt, but I'll run with it. Didn't really hurt like during the race, and then hasn't hurt since then. So who knows? But that all worked out. I mean, I was not feeling good a month ago.
So now you're ready to sign up for something for this spring? You want to do the rim to rim to rim?
He's going to PR in Donna.
Donna, I would like to run the half with
Donna
Donna.
I'll run the half.
I don't know if I want to do another like ultra.
But think about it. It's
I wanna do the
gorgeous
ultra-
out there. We'd be out in the there's no.
I want to do it without
No
training. I
pressure.
don't want to do the training. That's the
Yeah.
part.
Well, it seems like you did that already.
Yeah.
But it still sucks. Like it still has that's a whole different beast too.
Yeah. And before we wrap up, I just want to, for the New York trip, and say thank you to Dave Hashim, who did the photography. He had with him Grayson Wise and I think it's George. that was with him helping out. We had 316 clothing store in New York that has a New York and Los Angeles spot that helped out with the clothing. Myler Running provided the street running clothes. Path Projects, which I'm wearing this jacket, which I love right now. This what's the name of this jacket, Robbie?
I think it's the Graves.
Yeah,
Graves
the
PX
material is just insane. It just feels amazing. We did the trail stuff in both Myler and Path stuff, and
By the way,
really nice.
Floris Skierman, co-founder of Path, we had him on the podcast. We
Wrote
on
that
his
book.
podcast. He had a book that just came out, so you should check that out as well.
yeah, we just got it, and
I'll
I
read
haven't
it.
been able to check it out yet. Meg will go through it first. 'Cause
We're
she
we're
reads
in it
faster than
too.
me.
We're in it. We're in the book.
We're famous.
He put a chapter dedicated to us.
An entire chapter.
Yeah, he like took excerpts from our podcast that we did with him about gear and shoes.
I'm
and stuff.
questioning this book now.
No, hey, I'll tell you what. I appreciate it, and I think that I think we have some valuable knowledge.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was George who was the assistant.
Okay.
And then of course Jared Kilberg for coming up and being my buddy and making. I always need like a safety blanket person, and
Like Ralphie.
yeah, and Jared was that for me for the trip.
Nice.
And yeah, he was fun to have along. Yeah. So thanks everybody.
Thanks again to Hoka for the shoes and gear.
What a
for
hookup.
running in it. That was very cool. Worked great.
I'm gonna get that photo from the living room. I'm gonna get that blown up and framed.
Oh yeah, it was great.
So Justin Hall took some photos. There's one
Oh, yeah.
that
Obviously, we didn't even say thanks to Justin Hall. By the
yeah,
way.
Well, you got to check.
Yeah. But he did cart
all over
our
Instagram now. It's
I'm
fun.
kidding.
He did cart our
bag
gear
stuff.
around.
Yeah, it was perfect. But yeah, so that one picture I'm gonna frame it and hang it in the office. May even make it into this room for the podcast. But it's maybe I'll get 2 prints because that thing is amazing.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. So really fun time with the crew. I have to say I appreciate you guys not letting me not run.
Yeah, anytime. Turkey trot coming up.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna take a little break and let the calf heal up. But yeah.
All right.
You're signed up for one. You gotta run.
I'll be fine. I'll run it. I'm not gonna run it hard, but I'll run it.
Here, I'm gonna. While I'm thinking about it, I'll just airdrop the calf picture to Carl.
Oh yeah.
And also make sure you sign up for Grit. Winter Grit.
Yeah.
Yes. Do it.
It's depending when you're listening to this. 9
It
a.m.
may have been
Eastern.
already sold out.
Link in the description. Anything else?
I'm a.
Hi, Robin.
The good stretch, got my laces tied. My trusty podcast by my side. If you want